젠노남의 재영준 박. That's what I can speak in Myanmar. My name is Youngjun Choi, and I'm a professor of the Gyeonggi University, and also chair of the Gyeonggi University Myanmar Research Center, also the vice chair of the KOMYRA. I'm very happy to be here to give my presentation about the trade issues on the Myanmar and Korea. So I just try to make a short presentation, and then I'd like to share the talk with some issues. Okay, this is the content I will proceed. The first of all, I try to show the trade status of the Myanmar, and from the trade status of Myanmar, I try drive the challenge of the Myanmar trade, and then I will give us some the advice or some the solution for the challenges the Myanmar facing, and the last one is the promoting trade between Korea and Myanmar. Okay? Trade status of Myanmar. Actually, after opening the economy, Myanmar's volume of trade has been increasing. Okay? So in 2011, so it was the export is just it was $1 million, the 8 billion and in export, and import is just 6 billion. So in 2010, 11, and 11, 12, the Myanmar had the positive the trade balance, and then as the opening economy is proceed, and then the export has been increasing sharply, but the import the increase the more sharply than the export. So from the 2012, so Myanmar had the trade deficit, so negative trade balances. So now is as you remember the presentation of the professor. So there are four the quadrant. Actually, before the 2012, the Myanmar was in the fourth quadrant. So positive surplus, and then the rate of growth of export is smaller than the growth rate of the import. So the growth rate of import is greater than the export growth rate. So it moved to the third quadrant. So it kind of held. So that position is the starting point of the Korea. So now your growth rate of the export is smaller than the import, because your country has more demand to invest and to consume for your life. So this is the status of the Myanmar trade. And also, I'd like to introduce show some structure of the trade, the perspective of the market. The market structure of the trade of the Myanmar. Actually, the top 10 exporting partner countries take the share of about 90% of the total export. It means that only the 10 countries are the major country, the partner country for the export. Okay, so and then also the import is very similar. So only in the top 10 the countries take more than 90% of the whole the amount of the import. Okay, so the structure of the market structure of the Myanmar trade has very limited partner countries. Okay? Even though your country is open to the world economy, but you trade only a few countries. So it is very similar. So we have a class, the 15 or the 100 classes, but you have only friends 10 or 5. Okay? It's very similar cases. So and especially the Myanmar trade depends on China. And some neighboring countries. Actually, in China's share of the export in 2012, it was 14%. But after opening your economy in 2014, it became 63% of the total export. Okay? So after opening your economy, then you trade more with China. Okay? So China more penetrates your economy, and your economy becomes more depending on the China. Okay? And the China share of the import has also the import. In 2012 it was 36. It became the 42.7 in 2014. And also the partner countries are located near the neighboring countries like China, Thailand, India, and Japan, Malaysia. Okay, so the Myanmar is trading with only the neighboring countries. Okay, yeah. So that's the status. And the Korea is the top ranked, fifth ranked in the export and import. So the Korea takes share the 2.3% of the export and 0.6% of the import. So even though the Korea and the Japan, the Japan and the Korea are in the top 10 trading country in the world, but it was just 5 and take only the less than 5% of the U.S. trade. Okay? And this shows the product structure of the Myanmar trade. So before your country export mostly on the primary good, like the agriculture product, mining product, and the fishing, the living animals. Okay, and then after opening, your country fortunately move from primary product to manufactured product, even though it is the low level of the processing product. So it was in 2012 the largest share of the industry is that mineral oil and so forth. Okay. But it became just 20%. And in 2012, the machine and the manufactured raw material, such as cork, the wood, and other some kind of the textile. And so it was 4.6. It became the 50%. So after opening your economy, so your economy is growing by the growing of the manufacturing sectors. So it is very good. Yeah. Okay. And import is very similar, but your country, the Myanmar, is demanding the more machine and vehicles. The machine and vehicles take the largest share of the import. I think this is the usual, ordinary, the characteristic of the developing countries. In order to produce, you need not only